Anything can really happen.
You get one shot.
It's the excitement, the pace, the way that something can be so tenuous yet so positive, the movement is super athletic.
Fairly fit body, lots of endurance, but I think you need a really good mindset.
Every competition is different, every structure is different, every route is different.
It's really cool. Like nothing you've done.
Vertical sprints.
70% of your mind, 30% of your power and speed, and
you use all parts of your body like hands and legs, and also like core strength is very important.
There's a big component to it also of being able to visualize ahead and pick the right holds to get on the ice and know what a good spot is to take. With the dual format, you're racing against your partners. There's some mind games that happen there.
You have to be able to climb a lot harder than the route is going to be.
Lots of decision making. It's more technical than just rock climbing. There's so many ways to use the tools.
The route is, for example, 25 holes, 25 problems, pause it.
Every athlete has their own creative approach to solving the challenges set by the route setters.
sometimes I feel a bit scared, but I think I'm enjoying that kind of feeling.
It's an amazing community.
Everybody supports each other no matter if there's a language barrier. You still try to help each other as much as possible.
Ice climbing is a really interesting sport from a community perspective because it kind of transcends all boundaries. All different nations sat at the tables together, eating together, competing together. It's really a family as opposed to a circuit of competitors. I've never experienced a sport or a community quite like that what I found in ice climbing. Very good morning from somewhere between Beijing and Hebei. My name's Liam Lonsdale and we're about to go live with the lead semi-finals in the men's and women's lead competition. Yesterday the qualifiers took place and we whittled our numbers down to the top 18 in both categories. I'm very excited, you should be very excited to see what's going to happen.
过就。明年奥运会就知道就跟那些事情一样。
哎，咱那儿怎么没动上？
那是泉眼。
哦，那是泉眼。
多少这么大的泉眼？要不怎么用专业？6分钱能当一个，地热，那活水怎么那也动不上？
是吧？还有一条道。
那能上的同学是吧？
对。哎，这么照着太冷了，给发了不行，让他们看。
Cascades down. Let's take a look at the men's result on your screens there. On that right hand side is Hyung Park, Korean Ice King, topped the route last week and was only beaten by one man who was just a little bit faster, and it came down to just a few seconds. Out first in reverse order again will be David Buffard of Canada. He'll be followed by Thomas Gerlein of USA. Roman Shestanin of Kazakhstan will be out third, followed by the Albatross himself, Russian climber Sergei Tarasov. Vladimir Kartashev of Russia will be out 5th, Tapio Honsro from Finland 6th, Anton Yemov of Russia 7th, Kevin Lindlaw, last week's finalist for the USA, will be out 8th, Kim Min Cho of Korea will be out 9th, Anton Grebenikov of Russia will be out 10th, Mohammad Reza Safdarian from Iran out 11th, Kwon Young Hye out 12th. I owe him a big thanks, he brought my wallet back from Korea for me to China. Misplaced mine in the hotel. Nathan Claire of France will be out 13th, Dmitry Grebenikov of Russia 14th, Lee Chang-hyun of Korea out 15th, Dengin. The man himself, Alexei Dengin from Russia, will be out 16th. Younggun Lee, Korea, will be out 17th. Hyung Park, 18th. And qualifying in first yet again. Sensational style and incredible form at this moment in time. Russia's Nikolai Kuzovlev will be our 19th male climber this morning. Climbers will be ready to start in just a couple of moments' time. There is Pavel Shabalin in the front of that line there. President of the jury of the judges. Something of a godfather, grandfather, depending on how you want to phrase it, of the Ice Climbing World Cup. The OG, if you like. So do drop us a message in the chat box. Let us know who you're tuning in for, where you're cheering from. The Climbing Vlog is cheering for the USA or whoever's here from Sweden or France. Well, good news. We have a French climber in that semi-final for you. It is, of course, Nathan Clare, and we have a Swedish climber in the speed competition. If he qualifies for speed semi-finals, then he'll be in the broadcast tomorrow. USA, there's plenty of climbers. We have 5 American representatives in this semi-final here. George Joseph tuning in from Arizona, tuning in, of course, for Team USA, and the Irish superstar Emma McSwiggan. It was heartbreak for Emma McSwiggan last week in the finals at Cheongsong. She climbed so well, qualified in first place for the semi-finals, and then went through to finals in a strong position and slipped off 2 or 3 moves into the final, and that was her final over. She finished 8th. She'll be looking to regain composure, confidence and momentum, and we'll hopefully be seeing her in the finals tomorrow, which is Sunday. Jennifer Limbach's tuned in. Go Ange! First ever semi-finals, and you've worked so hard to be there. Indeed she has. Przemek Kozek's tuned in. We're getting all the regulars on the broadcast. It's great to have you on board. If you are new to the sport, new to the broadcast, then why not let me know? Say hello. Let's hear from you. We'd love to hear from you. Nathan Foster's tuned in. Denise Sainz tuned in. From Brazil. Woo! Yeah, it's going to be a different climate here in China to that of Brazil. Gretchen Rochelle's tuned in. Ineke Raybergen's tuned in. Ineke, Canadian athlete. Athlete climbed really well last year. Did not have a in China. Hopefully we'll be seeing her again some point on the tour. Take a look at that ice. Absolutely stunning location that we're in. Really, really wonderful setup that the Chinese have got here. This ice is about a foot thick or 30 centimetres, depending which way you measure. These huge cracks that go through it, kind of nerve-inducing? Is that a word? Is that a phrase? They make you feel nervous is what I'm trying to say, but let me tell you, that ice is going nowhere. Here we go with our first athlete. That is, of course, the USA's Angela Limbach. So Angela Tynan, new rule this year, 40 seconds from Tynan, you're not to getting on the wall. The judges can start the time once you've tied that knot, if you wait more than 40 seconds. So Angela won't be hanging around. A very good morning to Megan and Jackson. They're tuned in San Francisco. I should say good evening. It's later on over there. 17 hours behind, or 16 hours behind. I'm losing track. So, Angela Limbach waiting to make sure that she can climb, and there she goes. First moves made in her first ever semi-final. The USA's Angela Limbach. First time we've seen this route climbed. Kicks in, moving cautiously on these first few moves. If you're liking what you're seeing, if you think people should be watching, then like and share this broadcast. Let's get this thing out there. Let's get people watching this incredible semi-final. Big reach up with that left hand to find the hook in that protruding feature there. Has that tool in the high grip reversed. Big reach with the right hand. Nice stability there in the left hand. No pick shift. The axe looking really solid and stable as she moves up onto that. Oh no, she's popped! Oh, that's a real shame. She isn't allowed to climb again. It looked like the judges were going to let her climb again, but that isn't the rules in the semi-final. Once you fall, you fall. She does look disappointed. Falling below that pre-clip quick draw, but let's just see what happened again. Hopefully we can get a replay. Not quite sure if we have that replay or not, but it looks like she had the right hand, and just as she was about to shift her weight across, it looked like the pick popped. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Hopefully we have that replay, but possibly not. So just been told as well that been a slight delay getting the men's competition started, so the women will climb. There'll be about 3 or 4 men climbing, 3 or 4 ladies climbing before the men begin, and then they'll be climbing simultaneously. We'll cut between the action as best as we can. So next USA athlete, representing Minnesota, Kendra Stritch of the USA, team captain. Great to see Kendra in a lead semi-final. Kendra more commonly seen in speed. She did, of course, win gold medal in speed back in 2015. Kendra ties in, takes the jacket off, and final safety check, make sure that the bib can be seen. She'll get going. Smile for the camera as well. What a pro. Kendra is actually, she was joining me as co-commentator last week, but Kendra is the athlete representative, or one of the athlete representatives in the Ice Climbing Commission. People that decide the rules, the venues. Basically the people that are in charge of the Ice Climbing World Cups. Kendra is one of 3 athlete representatives. It's their job to make sure the athletes' voices is heard. Also gets to vote on some of the key decisions. Lots of people tuned in cheering on for Kendra. Very good morning from China and a very good afternoon to you guys. Kendra Stritch moving a little bit quicker, goes up with the left hand, reverse grip and the lower grip. This next move we saw Ange pop off, unfortunately. Angela Limbach, our first athlete out today. So there, Kendra places that right tool solidly. Oh no, she's popped as well! Oh no, she's held it! Look at that! Great tension in that left hand, so we know that that hold's a tricky one. And she's going to move on that very tentatively now. Look at that, keeping that pick ever so still. Shoulders hunched, she's matched in to try and find a better placement. Oh, it's really tenuous. Deep lock off the left hand, and Kendra Stritch makes it to that next move. Woo, heart in mouth moment there, and she'll be breathing a sigh of relief, I'm sure. Kendra now reaching across herself, big deep lock on the right hand to get that left on the intellect hold. So Kendra now moving up to clip number 2. Nice lock. Oh, not quite finding that placement again, but a good lock off that right hand. High grip in the shoulders, really engaged. The athletes have 7 minutes in this route. So Kendra can take her time here. She can afford to just shake out and catch a breath, especially shake out that tension that'll have been in there, catching that little pop. Reaches high into the Stein with the left. Making our way up to clip number 4. Oh, and there's Kendra. Punches the air. Not unhappy with the performance. Should definitely have wanted to get a little higher. But yeah, great effort. That save lower down was really quite wonderful. Brilliant athleticism, great composure. And we see there that left hand just popped as she went with the right. She's got a smile on her face. Be interesting to see how she feels about that. She's satisfied with her climb in there. Shaking some blood into her hands. It is cold. There's Pavel Shabalin, president of the jury, the judges here. Another member of the Ice Climbing Commission. Takes his job very seriously, as we would expect. Lots of these blue-shirted volunteers floating around. One of the things that's actually quite remarkable about this competition is how many volunteers and staff and security there are. There's Amity Warm. I'm in 2 minds whether to pronounce it Amity Vam or Amity Warm, of course, German name. Amity represents the USA. Fun fact, this is Amity's first ever semi-final in a World Cup. Not only that, it's only her second ever World Cup. It's only her third ever ice climbing competition. She won an ice climbing competition in Colorado Springs at the end of last year and was scouted, if you like, by the US team, and they said, we think you should come and try and join us and see how it goes. Her pedigree comes from a junior career in gymnastics, and then the last 7 years, I believe, have been spent sport climbing and trad climbing. So out on the rock, she's able to put that fitness together and climb. And she's quite tall, lean athlete, fairly long arms. That strength that she'll have from rock climbing will definitely translate. Some very different movements and some very different strength required to do well in ice climbing. Good luck, Amity. Let's see how she does. Big look at that right hand to place the tool there. Rich Lindlaw says, US women making a strong showing. You're absolutely right. 3 were in attendance, 3 made semi-finals. So transfers the weight to the right-hand side, and that was where we saw Angela Limbach pop just a few moments ago. Keeps moving with that right hand there up onto that next position. Kicks the weight across to the underside of the next volume by clip number 1. Now, these intellect holds are very tenuous. That left hand's placed there now. Despite the size of the hold, it only has maybe 1, 2 or 3 very small placements. It needs a lot of core tension, a lot of shoulder stability to take those placements and really use them. You see there, can't decide whether she's actually in the placement there, but she's managing to keep tension on that right hand. I was chatting to Amity. As I mentioned earlier, we're doing a profile on her that'll be online in the next few days. Oh, the right hand pops. Look at that. Really nice coordination to kick the feet across there. Great little save. Really good instincts. That's very reassuring work there from Amity Warm. Just struggling to get a foot placement. Makes clip number 3 there, I think. Oh, clip number 4, my mistake. So she's in that Stein now. Needs to keep the tension with the left hand and step across with the right. It's a difficult move. It's where we saw Kendra pop. Just struggling to get the reach. She's hit it. Really nice there. Now needs to keep, you can see the pick skidding around on that stone hold. It's gradually slipping towards the edge. She needs to keep good stability. My heart is in my mouth right now. Oh, she's popped. That was quite predictable. You could see there, didn't quite have the stability in the axe, but brilliant effort. She'll be 1 place ahead of Kendra Stritch. First ever semi-finals for Amity Varm. Big exhale. Big smiles. I think we can expect big things from her. Lots of American fans tuned in, supporting all of the US climbers. Chatting to teammate Kendra Stritch. about the performance. There are our judges on the right hand side there, Wei Chi Huang, international judge. In the start list we had Katerina Feoktistova. We're actually going to skip her. She's decided to pull out of the lead semi-finals. Believe that's a tactical decision, because she will of course compete in speed. So we go straight to Russian climber Anna Udartseva. Anna is an English teacher when she's not training for the Ice Climbing World Cups. So Anna Udartseva ties in. Sun's shining on the venue now. It's probably not that easy to tell. You can just see the sunlight shining on Anna, maybe, but definitely gives the whole place some energy. It's very nice here when the sun shines. Surrounded by cliffs and mountains, so in the shade it feels very cold and somewhat ominous out here on the reservoir, but the sun, yeah, energizing us all. It's warm here. We're actually in a tent just off to the side of the structure, on the ice itself. So here is Anna Udartseva of Russia. If you are just joining us, a very warm welcome to Beijing. My name's Liam Lonsdale, and we are live for the lead semi-finals, the second of the season. Women and men will climb simultaneously, but we had a slight delay getting the men started. The men will be out in a second. We'd love to hear from you. Where are you tuning in from? Who are you tuning in to see? We would love to hear your thoughts, comments, questions. Why don't you leave us a message in the chat box or the comment box and let us know. If you have any questions, of course, you can, as ever, get in touch, and you can contact me directly on @Liam Lonsdale. Use the hashtag UIAA Ice Climbing. You're using any other socials. Anna Udartseva, one of the tallest athletes in the women's category, I think. See how she fares with these moves. Some deep locks in there. So far, not seemed to cause her any trouble. Athletes have 7 minutes to climb the route. Rich Lindlaw asks, is there any yurts this year? No, Rich, we're not in Mongolia. Oh, we weren't in Mongolia last year. We were in Inner Mongolia. We're this year close to Beijing, 2 or 3 hours southwest of Beijing. So screen there, bib number 19, that's Canada's David Buffard. He's already begun his route, first climber out in the men's semi-finals. Who is tuning in from Canada? There's a few there that I can see in the chat box. Time to get cheering, folks. Leslie Shaw's tuned in. She's cheering on Thomas Gerlein, or rather Thomas. deep lock with that left hand, really nice. And not troubled whatsoever. Look at that pick placement. That's experience, that's athleticism. Anna Udaltsova just puts that right hand on there with no trouble at all. And what we saw with Amity Worm, who was just on there before her, who popped off this move, you know, she was very much throwing for it, kind of hit it and hope. Whereas Anna's very precise in that placement. Clips number 5, continues up into the steeper section of the wall. Climbing on an arch, so the higher they get, the steeper it gets. So Anna Udaltsova now, big lock off that right hand to clip number 8. Just seen that Marcus Garcia's tuned in. A very good morning, Marcus. Oh, good afternoon. I know you're tuned in at home now. Marcus was with us in South Korea. It was great to see him back on the circuit, and I'm hoping we'll see him again at the Denver World Cup in a few weeks' time. Oh, Anna Udaltsova just missing the placement with the right hand first time. Locks that left hand down, keeps the stability, misses it second time as well. Obviously a tricky position there. And that's Anna Udaltsova over. That's her attempt over, and hopefully we can go straight to the men's route. There is David Buffard at clip number 5. David Buffard of Canada with that very deep lock off the left hand. He just missed it first time, takes a second to recompose. A good morning and good afternoon to the Peak Design team. Tuning in, I believe, from somewhere in the western United States. They're on their retreat. Wish that I could be with you guys. Hope that you are enjoying yourselves. Makes the move now, and kicks in high with the feet. Look at that. Interestingly, we've seen this happen quite a lot. The athletes reversing the tools and using the handle of the tools on these Krukonogi holds. The Krukonogi holds are metal, completely metal, and have very little friction on them. And the athletes are using the hook in the handle to basically get more friction. So David Buffard now moving up past clip 7, and I actually have joining me in our quote-unquote studio, Amity Worm. Amity, how was that?
I was so grateful just for the opportunity to climb again today. It's an honor to be interacting with all these incredible athletes, and you always want a little more. I've got big ambitions for next year, so we'll see you guys again.
Tell me about the route. You were climbing really well. You moved confidently. It was really nice to see you stick that hold just by clip number 5. It looked like you kind of hit it and hoped.
I did. I was just trying to move faster. I went too slow in qualifiers, so I was just trying to move confidently and move quickly, and I was so happy to hit it, and then moving up from there, I wasn't on it quite right and just popped off.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you hit it, I saw that you were kind of skitting around, and in my head I had your words, I really need to work on the control and stop the pick wobbling, and I was thinking, oh gosh, it could be over here, and of course that was where you popped. Would you say you were happy with your performance?
I guess I was happy for a first World Cup semi-final experience, but I always want more. I always want to do better. I'm always pushing for the next level, so you'll see me again.
Well, let's hope that you do make another semi-finals and we do get to see you at a World Cup again this season. I know it's looking tight. Amity, there were a lot of people that were tuning in. There was tens, maybe even hundreds of comments. Amity, come on, Amity, go Amity, on Facebook and on YouTube. Is there any message that you'd like to give to the fans at home?
I really appreciate all the support. I want to thank Marcus Garcia for all of his coaching and letting me borrow his tools. I'm currently using his fruit boots and picks right now, so thank you, Marcus. Thank you, Connor, my husband, for being my biggest fan, and thank you, City Rock in Colorado Springs, for supporting me and sending me here. Well,
Amity, it's been a pleasure having you here in Beijing and of course in Korea. We do hope to see you again this year. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of the comp.
Thank you, Liam.
Okay, so that was Amity Varm, and yeah, great performance from her. We'll wait to see where she finishes in the rankings. Climbing now in the women's semi-final, can't quite see a number, but I'm pretty sure that's Elena Kochegarova. And in the men's route, we did see David Buffard pop off just above clip 7, I believe. We'll check that back in a second. Try and get you as much access to the athletes as possible, and if you do have questions and comments for them, I'll try and pass them on. So we're watching Elena Kochegarova on the lower part of the route. Hopefully we'll be able to flick over to Thomas Gerlein. I know we've got... She's fallen low. Let's see if we can go straight over to the men's route. That isn't Kochegarova, that's actually Shershanova. Yeah, struggling there because I couldn't see a bib number. Not to worry. So Thomas Gerlein isn't out yet, so that's no problem. We'll give you him as soon as we can. I know Grant Cleves. Is that him? Yes, it is indeed. We have Grant Cleves cheering for him. We have Leslie Shaw cheering for him. People asking questions. We have a question: how many clips for the men? How many clips for the women? I need to check the women's actually. I've lost my notepad. I did see that it was 16 for the men's, and I've forgotten how many it is for the women's. I'll find that out in just a second. My notepad has gone walkabout, and I am now pinned to the commentary seat. There is Thomas Gerlein. First semi-finals in a World Cup for him. Lots of people tuned in, supporting. So he ties in, takes off his jacket, gets ready for the action. Look at this. Lots and lots of people tuning on Thomas of the USA. So, 2 tools on the start hold, kicks in and off we go. Immediately into the left-hand Stein, and the high grip. High feet needed for this next move. Oh, and look at that, this box actually spins round. We missed that first time round with David. A lot of shoulder stability required. The route setters coming up with all sorts of tricks to try and catch out the athletes. Thomas checks his placement. kicks in and stands up. Look at that! King swing, he has to move from left to right, kicking in on the other side of the volume. Very interesting route setting. Oh, and a big move off that left shoulder. You can see he's not quite got the height in the feet there. Just short. Oh, just short. Can he place? There's the 12. We can see that placement. He's got it in. Ooh, Thomas. My heart was in my mouth then for a second. Now he can take a breath and hopefully find some composure and move steadily up this next part of the route. Matches in left hand so that he can cross up over himself. Big move, generates the momentum with the right hand. You can see he's got to turn all the way through that axis on his shoulder. Very difficult move, this. Oh, excellent work! Thomas Gerlein there manages to reach all the way across himself, locks it in tight, gets up onto that next Chinese hold. The red discs with the stone protruding are manufactured here in China. The next one's the intellect holds, Russian holds. He's got that in the undercut position. You can see the head of the axe free from the wall, so a lot of body tension required there to keep that in place. So here we go, moving now past clip number 2. Another very tenuous placement with that right hand. Matches in again with a tool just below clip number 4. Nice body position there to make that clip. You can see the higher he gets, the steeper it gets. Look at that. Excellent work there. Nice readjustment of the feet as he swings dynamically onto that hold. Another big lock and he hits it first time. Excellent work from USA's Thomas Gerlein. Come on, Thomas. Wow, that is a hell of a lock, and we did see David Buffard struggling with it a few times. Let's see what Thomas has up his sleeve here. Oh, he just shot. Oh, and he's off there. Couldn't quite recover. Tool comes flying down. Great effort from the USA's Thomas Gerlein. Really nice work from him in his first ever semi-finals. Sure, you guys at home will be very proud. Let's see some cheering, some props in the comments in the chat box. Amazing work. The USA's Thomas Gerlein. Flicking straight over to the women's route, we can take a look now at Elena Kochegarova. If you guys want to keep up with the results, you can do so using the website results.theuiaa.org. All the live results are online. Some lovely solar flare there. Of course, the sun shining right down into the camera. Over a consistent semi-finalist so far this year. Second year we've seen her consistently at each competition. So now she'll go off that deep lock with the left hand. Moving up to clip number 6. The men's competition now, we have another athlete join us. It's Roman Shestanin of Kazakhstan. Kochigorova just biding her time. In a little bit of trouble with this move, so avoiding rushing it and just slowing it down. Looking for the best method. Doesn't want to pop, she has time. There you go, makes the move. Great work. Smart climbing from Elena Kochigorova. Oh, and she's off. Didn't quite see whether she was gassed or just popped there. It was hard to tell. She had been hanging around on that hold for a long time. Lindsay Houston asking if we can clean the camera lens. It's not dirt, actually, Lindsay. That's the sun. We're repositioning that camera, I believe, to avoid the sun shining directly into it. Still with Kazakhstan's Roman Shestanin, who's swinging left and right on that box and almost lost his footing there. Reset is very creative with this move. He's missed it again. It was interesting, Thomas Gerlein actually opted to pull the box. That dynamic method really not helping Roman Shestanin there. Thomas Gerlein opted to hold the box tight, use the tension to build the feet rightwards, and then stand up with that right hand. He's hit it though! Shestanin running across the wall. Amazing work from the Kazakhstani athlete. So now, moving very quickly through these next moves. Knows that he's lost some time there. Shesternin qualified yesterday in 17th place, ahead of Thomas Gerlein, only marginally ahead on both routes. As I mentioned earlier, we had an 8-way tie for first place. Grebenikov, Claire, Dengin, Lee, Kwon, Kutavlev, Lee, Park, all tied for first place, topping both of their qualifying routes. Shesternin really embracing disaster style here. He's doesn't seem to look in control, but at the same time he's pulling it off. He's moving, making those moves, making the progress. hoping. Number 12, here he goes, the Albatross. And it was actually Tarasov that we saw using that reverse grip with the handle of the tool on the hold in Moscow. The first one to do that. The old dog showing the kids new tricks. Let's see how he fares with this swinging box to start. The route setters here, both Russian, Vasily Terekin and Stanislav Lobzov. Well known to the Russian team. Look at that, interesting. He's opted to use that tour right hand hold. First time we've seen that method deployed. Oh, and he's popped with the right hand, but he's managed to hold the box. Looks like the swing's going to be the easier method. He tried it first time, now he's going to go second time with the full swing. Stabs the feet across, reached. Oh, look at that. Should have done that first time. Sergei, really easy work. Tarasov hitting the hold on the box. Look at that. Absolutely disgusting placement, that intellect hold with the right hand. He'll look to pick up some momentum now, I'd expect. Deep lock off the left hand now. I believe we might have just lost the connection for a short second there. Apologies if you did lose us. Hopefully you're back. We are experiencing, let's say, not the easiest broadcast conditions here on the frozen lake in China, but the guys at QTV, as always, doing a wonderful job of keeping things running smoothly and fixing the problems when they do happen. Sometimes there's just some things that you cannot plan in advance. New athlete joining us on the top left-hand corner of your screen. It's Japan's Haruko Takeuchi. Needs to be careful. Takeuchi, she only has 40 seconds. Biding the time, moves off and begins her attempt on the women's route. Sergei Tarasov moving really nicely from clip 5 now. Recovered that sketchy start. Kicks in high and reaches high off this left hand. It's a big move. Really nice to see Roman Shestanin getting that first time. He's very, very strong in that position. Tarasov struggling a little with that move. Tarasov now in that reverse grip, as I mentioned, using the handle of the tool on that Krukonogi hold. Moves up now from clip number 7 to the golf ball, another metal Krukonogi hold. zero friction. A lot of shoulder stability, a lot of body control. You have to isolate that hold. Everything else moves and that hold stays still. Just misses it first time in the break. There he goes, hits it second time. Tarasov moving really well. There's clip number 8. Tarasov now, clip number 9, climbs his way into first place. Another 14 athletes to follow Sergei Tarasov, so expect that place to change. Tarasov just looks like he's half resting, half trying to work out what to do with his next move. Shouts down, probably to check the time. As I mentioned, you can see the angle getting ever steeper. This is an arch that they're climbing on, so the higher they get, the more difficult it gets. Looks like while we were watching Tarasov there, Haruko Takeuchi has fallen. We'll wait and see what those scores were. If you want to check the scores, results.theuiaa.org is the place to find them live. That's Tarasov done at clip number 9. Doesn't look 100% satisfied with his climb, but did a great job nonetheless. 52 years old. So now we can go over to the women's competition, and our next athlete is Finland's Mira Alhonsuo. Strong athlete. She had a great round in Moscow at the Combined World Championships, or rather the Combined Format World Championships. Who have we got tuned in from Finland? Who is cheering for Mira? We have a lot of fans on that Finnish team. Really come on leaps and bounds in the last few years. Relatively new team, and then placed third as a team at the Combined World Championships in Moscow just before the new year. American team cheering on Mira. Always great to hear the athletes supporting each other. So here she goes. On the top left-hand corner of your screen, you can see Vladimir Kartashev in his semi-finals route. Not often we see him in the lead semi-finals. More often we see him on the podium of the speed competitions. Unica Rehbergen cheering on for Mira Alonso. Using a hand on the hold there just to give her a little bit of extra balance and security. Nice climbing from her so far as she moves very quickly through those initial sequences. Nice, precise move with that right hand. Good core tension, good shoulder stability. Great clip there, making number 5. Reaches high to clip 6. Nice secure placement with that left hand. Mira's teammates Emily Bertling and Tapio Honswo, also her husband, both made it through the semi-finals, so there's no cheering from their teammates here. Mira moves into the Stein, just below clip 7. And that's 7 made. Nice work from Mira Honswo. See if she can pick up that pace now in the upper section. Mira Honswo at clip number 8. Moves right hand to left hand, high grip, low grip, first position, second position, on that intellect hold. Keeps making upward progress, increasingly steeper, advancing towards clip number 9. Clip number 9 made, puts Mira Honswo into a provisional... Oh, she's popped! Puts her into a first position, I was just about to say. Waves to the crowd. It's a great effort from her. Great effort there from Mira Honswo. We go straight over to Vladimir Kartashev of Russia, speed world champion, multi-gold medalist, multi-time podiums. Biding his time and shaking out. will definitely be a competition worth tuning into, the speed semi-finals and finals tomorrow. It is on ice falls rather than the manicured ice that we've seen in Korea and that we'll see in the likes of South Spain, Ravenstein. These cascading ice falls providing a really interesting alternative to the normal speed routes. It's basically speed ice climbing as opposed to the kind of sprinting that we see of normal. Oh, Kartashev pops there. Left hand just left him as he went with the right. You see a little bit of frustration there. You see our next athlete tying in over there on the mats. It's China's Qi Luo, the only Chinese athlete through to semi-finals in either the men's or the women's competition. Great to see a Chinese athlete through on home territory. So Qi Luo advances through those first moves now. Here she goes. That was, of course, Kartashev's fall there. Almost stuck it with the right hand. Just came up short. Left hand left that golf ball, and that was his route over. Qi Luo moving now towards that first clip, pre-clip draw number 1. Next athlete now, Tapual Honswo. Saw his wife Mira climbing just before. Tapual Honswo moving into that very tenuous undercling, using his height. First time we've seen it work. Excellent work from the Finn there. Awesome. Strong climbing from Tapual Honswo. Regardless of how well he does on this, he should be pleased to know that that is a very difficult move that he just did there. If you are just joining us, a very warm welcome, good morning from China. My name's Liam Lonsdale and we are live for the men's and women's lead semi-finals. It's that stone hold there with the right hand. Catches with the left. Into the intellect now. Crazy to think he's done that many moves and he's only just at clip 1, but it's the way these routes are. Safety first. Oh, Tapio pops. Nightmare. Climbs so well in that lower section. It's a real shame. We get to see that again. Wasn't 100% clear how that pop happened. So just by clip 2, place the right tool. Shallow pick placement. Oh, and the right hand just popped and he couldn't save it. His feet were already too high. It's a real shame. He climbed so well in those early moves. It's all over for Tapio Alhonswo. Next athlete, with number 52, is Okto Song. Okto Song climbed really well last week in Chongsong. See how she fares today. Song placed 34th overall last year, only competed in one round, and she placed 15th in Chongsong, so it'd be great to see how she fares this round this week. Moves up past clip number 1. You see in the top left hand of the screen Anton Yemov of Russia, bird number 13, getting ready to start his route. Women have a route with 16 clips, the men the same. So Okto Song now moving past clip number 4. Wow, look at that really long move there for Okto Song. Manages to hit it right-handed. She's just feeling that hold with her hand to make sure she's got it in the right place. She's stuck it continues to move up now past clip number 5. Matches in with that right tool just to get a slightly better placement, switch a grip with the left hand. Leans away from it. Really tricky. Oh, look at that. I knew, yeah, you could just see that right hand wasn't quite in the right place and she committed her weight to it too soon. She falls very low there. Was expecting to see a little bit more height in Octo Song's route, but that's the way these things go. Next climber in the women's competition will be Korea's Won Shin. Men's competition, our next climber after Nyemov will be Kevin Lindlaw of the USA. There is Anton Nyemov. I know a lot of you are tuned in to watch Kevin Lindlaw, so we'll do our very best to show you as much of his route as we possibly can. If you are tuned in to watch Kevin, let me know. Always love to hear from you guys at home. Nyemov in the reverse grip. Using the handle on that Krukonogi bar there. Keeping that pick placement nice and stable just below clip 7 as he makes the clip. You can see the next hold is that golf ball. Big dynamic move coming up. That's the golf ball. Big lunge with that right hand, misses it first time. Oh, and he's popped, just like Kartashev. Nyemov, another speed climber, didn't quite have the stability to stick that next move. So that's Anton Nyemov's attempt over. And as I said, we'll have Kevin Lindlaw next. Climbing on the men's route. We'll do our best to show you as much of that as possible. Won Shin begins her route. And as she starts to climb, I have joining me now in the studio Kendra Stritch of the USA. Kendra, how's it going?
Great.
How great on a scale of 1 to 10?
8.
8! Nice. Talk us through your route. How do you feel about your performance?
I'm pretty happy with it. It was pretty techy and really fun to climb, and you're following the UIAA Instagram feed, you can see the replay of the save, and wow, Sunny just fell off that same hold that I was actually lucky enough to save myself. Yeah, you saved.
Angela fell there. Talk us through that hold. I can't believe that just happened.
Wow.
Won Shin just not had a good comp here at all.
No, it's unfortunate. And Nyemov is off as well.
Yeah, Nyemov fell off just a few moments ago. What happened? What was that hold like, Kendra?
That hold has just a small lip, and it's just in the middle of the hold, but there's more texture on the hold, so we couldn't see from the ground where the good spot was. I mean, because of the direction of the hold, you know that it's kind of going to be that side pull, but it wasn't obvious where that little lip was.
She was just pulling up there ever so tentatively and popped straight off. Right, Kendra, you going to stick with me for Kevin's route?
I am.
Excellent.
I am very excited about this.
So, of course, Kevin Lindblom made the finals in Cheongsong last week, the first ever American to make a lead finals in a ice climbing World Cup. And here he is in semi-finals today. How do you think he's going to be feeling right now, Kendra?
I'm hoping that he's very relaxed and excited to be climbing. I mean, Kevin's always excited to be climbing.
He's always relaxed as well. Very laid-back character.
So I'm hoping that he can put in a good performance here and make another finals.
So let's see. Kevin reaches up onto this box, and what a interesting little bit of setting we've got here, Kendra. I've been talking about this throughout the morning.
We've been talking about it out on the competition floor too, watching all the men swing through this.
Oh, and Kevin's going for that tenuous undercling. Only Tapio Alonso has managed to make this move work so far. Look at that, really nice bicep strength, really good stability in the shoulder and the chest there. Awesome work from Kevin making that move work.
Kevin came to Korea several weeks early to train and climb, and it's really paying off.
Oh no. Another victim. That's disappointing.
It is, but that's how competition goes.
Oh, Kevin, my heart breaks for you, mate. So he's just done that crazy hard move. You can see him scratching his head. Looks very disappointed. Oh, mate. So he made that move, he got the match. Oh, and the left tool just popped.
Yeah, several athletes have talked about how their tools were sliding on that lower green hold there. It was not super secure.
Oh, he does not look happy. Okay, we move on to another athlete, and it'll be Hanarai Song. What have you thought of the setting in the semi-final so far, Kendra? We've not seen anyone get super high on the routes, but what's your impression of the lower sections?
They're technical, but it's all there, and I'm looking forward to seeing the more experienced top climbers as they're coming out here. I mean, we saw Sunny fall victim to that hold, though. They are technical, both the men's and women's.
It's really no let up, no chance to relax. These athletes have got to be focused and switched on for every single move. Current results as they stand in 10th place pulled out of the competition was Katarina Feoktistova. 9th place the USA's Angela Limbach. 8th place Anastasia Shershanova. Interestingly, she has a star next to her score. I wonder what that's about. Kendra! No, Song's just fallen off. I'm literally, guys, I don't know what to say. The lower part of the route is the part where I just do a bit of filling, and then we talk higher up. But these athletes, look at that.
Same hold. It is shocking.
Multiple athletes now. 2 of our top-ranked female athletes fallen victim to that hole. Angela Limbach's going to be feeling much better about her performance, I'm sure. She looked disappointed when she fell off so low, but when you have Won Shanshin and Hanarai Song both falling off that same position, you know that it wasn't an easy move. Okay, let me just go through those results again. Flipping heck. Okay. 12th place, Katarina Feoktistova. 11th place, Angela Limbach. 10th place, Anastasia Shershanova. 9th place, Ki Luo. 8th place, Won Shanshin. All tied there in those first clip falls, as well as Narai Song. 7th place is you, Kendra. 6th place, Amity Wam. 5th place, Elena Kotriganova. 4th place, Haruko Takayuchi. 3rd place, Korea's Okdo Song. 2nd place, Russia's Anna Udartseva. And 1st place, Miret Alhonswell. Kendra, thank you for joining me ever so briefly. Hope to see you again throughout the competition.
Yeah, have a great day.
And speaking of Miret Alhonswell, I'm going to grab her for a second. While Mira's grabbing the microphone and the headphones, we can take a look at Kim Min Chol as he starts his route attempt. Now, I'm actually not going to start talking to Mira until we've seen him pass this move, because just like on the women's route, we've seen this stopper move low down. So let's see how Kim Min Chol climbs in this lower section. Again, in that undercut position, has the hold, that green hold, very slippy. We just saw Kevin Lindlaw falling there very low. Such a shame to see him falling so low, but as Kendra rightly said, that's competitions, these things happen. Oh, and his left pick nearly went there. Did you see that? Just caught it. Managed to freeze the move, come back down to readjust his tool. Oh, and he's really nervous now, you can see it. Manages to place that right hand. Okay, here we go. Right, let me welcome to the broadcast Finland's Mira Alhonswo. Mira, how are you doing?
Thank you, Liam.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great at the moment.
Yeah, you climbed really well.
Yeah.
Did you know when you got up there how well you'd done?
No, actually, I didn't.
I was kind of disappointed when you fell, I thought.
Yeah, I was, because I read that hold wrong. I thought that it stays like that, how I took it, but it didn't. So I was basically disappointed how I read the route wrong.
Yeah. Well, it's not caused you any problems so far. You are sitting in first place.
Wow.
And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 athletes to go. That means you're in finals.
Yeah, first time.
Mira, fist bump. Boom. Mira Alhonswo, you heard it here first. Finland is through to finals, hopefully, along with her teammate. Enni Bertling still to climb. Have you had a chance to talk to Tapio? Have you had a chance to talk to Tapio? How's he feeling?
Well, disappointed, of course, but yeah.
I mean, as we've said, those things happen in competitions, but
yes.
Oh, there, nice moving leftwards there. Kim Min Chol easily cruising that dynamic pop.
Yeah.
Is he feeling better now that he's seen so many people falling on that move?
Well, I really don't know, but like we saw Kevin falling down so early, so that happens.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't really have the touch to those holds.
Yeah.
So you never know when you fall.
Yeah. Well, as I mentioned, we'll be keeping our attention firmly on Enni Bertling, seeing if she manages to make finals alongside you. Ahead of finals now, what are you thinking? What's going through your mind?
I try to find the same relaxed feelings what I had this morning, like trying to relax. I think that's the key thing at the moment.
Yeah, for sure.
And yes, but well, first I need to cheer for Enni, but she's really strong, so I'm really sure that she will do her best. She really loves this wall.
Yeah, you can really see that in her climbing. Inika Raybergen was tuned in and gave you a big cheer when you were climbing.
Thanks, Inik. Thank you.
And yeah, lots of people, Marcus Garcia, super supportive of you as well. Lots of people congratulating you on your performance. Mira, best of luck for the finals. We hope you can find that relaxed state of mind and climb freely and strong. We'll make sure that we get as many people from Finland tuned in as possible.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining me. We'll catch you later.
Thank you. Thank
Cheers.
you.
So that was, of course, Mira Alhonswo of Finland, current first place in the women's. Climbed really, really well in this semi-finals, and will now go to make her preparations ahead of tomorrow's lead final. Nice here that we've got the 3-day format. So that means qualifiers yesterday, speed qualifiers today, lead semi-finals today, and then tomorrow we have the finals in both competitions. Kim Min Chol steadily moving away now, up towards clip number 8. And as he moves up to this next hold, he'll go into second place ahead of... Oh, he's popped! He won't go into second place at all. David Buffard stays in second, and Kim Min Chol will most likely be in third place. Very testing routes here, and it's not surprising that the difficulty stepped up massively after yesterday. The route setters are always keen to have no ties in a competition, and having an 8-way tie in the men's, they'll have really wanted to make sure that didn't happen again, so turned up the difficulty notch a few on the dial. Oh yeah, just lost his body tension there, Kim Min Chol. Okay, so in the men's competition, the next athlete out will be Anton Grebenikov, younger brother of the Siberian bear Dmitry. And in the women's competition, the next athlete out will be Daria Menina of Russia. There she is, bib number 71. Already on clip number 6. Very tall athlete, one of the tallest. There's 3 or 4 women all sitting around the 6 foot mark. Daria Menina, Anna Udartseva, Ima McSwiggan. So Menina moves up left-handed to make the clip with the right, really cranking back on that Stein. Big lock off that right hand to place the hook. With the left, that Krukanogi hold there, very small. So Daria Menina now moving up past clip number 8. This next clip is where we saw Mira Alhonswo. So Mira with a score of 9.19 will have taken that next. Oh, pop! Look at that! Another one! Pop goes Menina, and Daria Menina of Russia, I think, will either be just behind or tied with Mira Alhonswo in first place. But won't know yet, but he's in with basically will make finals with that score. Only 4 more athletes remain. Of course, 8 go through. They're tied, 9.19. I think should probably be tied ahead due to countback. Let's just see that again. Watch that left tool. Oh, just popped out of there. Very, very tight move. Anton Grebenikov already through the first sequence. Look at that, using his hand as a crimp on that very awkward hold. Very smart climbing. It's caused a lot of athletes a lot of problems. Anton read that very well indeed and moves past that first crux. So moving between the two Gaston-style intellect holds. Very shouldery sequence and another crux here at clip number 2. A lot of athletes falling at this move. Grebenikov nicely positioned between those two volumes, getting that right drop knee in. Take a little bit of weight off the hands. Clip 4 made. And there is Annie Bertling. I think we'll be able to go to Annie for the full route. We'll stick Anton in that box as he sticks that move. Really nice work there. Anton Grebenikov, big lock off the right hand. So there is Annie Bertling, qualified in 4th place yesterday. As teammate Mira Alonso just said, she likes this structure. To make it into the finals, Annie needs to place... I think she needs to pass clip number 4, if my maths is correct. No, sorry, clip number 6. Well, my maths isn't correct, I don't know. I've only had one coffee, guys. I've only had one coffee this morning, so once I've had 2 coffees, then I'll be able to do the maths a little better. She needs to climb high, let's just put it that way, and as long as she doesn't make any mistakes low down on this route, she will be into the finals. Kendra Stritch currently still sitting in a finals qualifying place in 8th place. If she passes Kendra, she'll go into a finals qualifying position, that's what I'm trying to say. With 3 more athletes to go, she needs to be getting past clip 6. I think my math is correct in saying that. Hope you guys are enjoying the finals wherever you're tuned in from. Let me know. Drop me a message in the comments box or in the chat box. Where are you watching from? Who are you cheering for? What's been the highlight of the competition so far? Perhaps this is the first time you've joined us in the broadcast. My name's Liam Lonsdale. You can get in touch with me directly on @Liam Lonsdale. If you want to join the conversation on social, then use the hashtag UIAA Ice Climbing. Nice shot there of that arch. Anton Grubenikov in the top right-hand side of the arch. Enni Bertling of Finland creeping up on the left-hand side. You see the men's route. Scoping all the way up to that barrel there. People tuning in on the broadcast, cheering for Innika Rehbergen of Canada, cheering her on. Noah Bake is on the broadcast. Noah, buddy. Great to have you on board. We've missed you this season. Noah and Innika. No Canadian athletes other than David Buffard have joined us this season yet. Hoping to see more of them as the competition progresses, as the season progresses. Enni Bertling just taking a second there at clip number 4. She's not quite happy with that placement, and you can see why. It's not in the best position. Keep that stability, make that move. Bated breath here as she places the right hand tool in that intellect hold. Clip number 5 made, excellent work. Clip in number 5, she'll bump Kendra Stritch out of finals, and Amity Worm is now behind her. She makes this next move. She'll now go ahead of Haruko Takayuchi of Japan. That's clip number 6. So she's now ahead of Haruko Takayuchi. And into that Stein, if she can crank up high on this Stein, she'll go ahead of Okno Song. So clip number 7 made. Now he puts her into 4th position. She's now guaranteed a place in finals. Tricky move here as she places the right hand into that intellect hold, needs to shift away all the way across. Nice clip there, that's clip number 8 made. She can make this next move, she'll go ahead of Anna Udartseva. Right hand up, there she goes. Enni Bertling on really good form now. She's now ahead of Anna Udartseva of Russia, so she's in 3rd place for qualifying into the finals. Clip 9 made. She's going to tie with Mira Honswo, teammate from Finland who's qualified, guaranteed for her first finals tomorrow. Tricky position, this one. Reaches the right hand, and look at that, uses the handle of the tool on that Krukonogi ball. Clip number 10 made puts Annie Bertling into first place, qualifying here ahead of Daria Menina and Mira Alonso. 16 clips total for the women's route. If you want to watch any in finals tomorrow, couldn't be easier. Just tune in, subscribe to the channel, the UIAA channel, or whichever channel you're watching on. You'll be notified when we go live. Finals beginning at 3 o'clock local time. 3 o'clock local time. We're 8 hours ahead of the UK, 7 hours ahead of Central Europe. You can extrapolate your time zone difference depending. I like to use time.is for my time zone checks. Very easy to use. Just type in time.is/Beijing and it'll give you the time here and the time where you are, tell you the time difference. So yeah, 3 o'clock tomorrow we'll be live with the lead finals. Annie Bertling now moving into the horizontal section of the route. Annie absolutely flying now. You can hear Mira Alonso, teammate there, giving lots of encouragement to her buddy. Oh, and there's the pop! But great effort there. Very happy. She won't know how she's done, but she's in first place comfortably, with only Ema McSwiggan, Olga Kozek and Maria Tolokanina to climb. So let's just see that again as she clips number 13, that right hand on the intellect hold. Just popped there. Oh, it's barely visible any shift in the pick at all, but obviously there was just a slight movement. The friction went. No more friction, no more hold. Great work from Annie Bertling, qualifying in first place so far. Of course, we've got a couple more athletes left to climb. Olga Kozek, Ema McSwiggan and Maria Tolokanina. Let's go back to the men's competition now, and on your screens is, I believe, Mohammad Reza Safdarian. Young Iranian, didn't quite have the qualifiers he was hoping for yesterday. Very strong. Had a great season last year, took the first ever medal for an Iranian in the World Cup with a bronze medal. And then, and that was in Cheongsong, and then the following week took the gold medal in Ravenstein. Perhaps it's the other way around. Let me check my stats on that. I don't want to tell you the wrong information. Saz Fei took a bronze medal, gold he got in Ravenstein. You'll have to excuse me. Third overall last year. Guys are moving really well. Clip number 10 already. So on your screen now, in the top left-hand corner is Poland's Olga Kozek. Great effort from her yesterday, qualifying in third place. Mohammad Reza Safdarian just struggling to hit that hold at clip number 11. Manages to stick it, and now moves up to make clip number 12. Awesome work. Just Going to check the results here in the men's competition. Had a slight problem getting the results onto the screen today. So, look at that, really nice work. Inverts Mohammad Reza Safdarian to make that next move. Brilliant strength in the chest. Climbs his way easily into first place. Anton Grebenikov currently in first, or was in first rather, with clip 9. Safdarian cruise into clip 14. This is the performance that we'd expect to see from the Iranian. Just less than a minute remain, I believe, or just over a minute remaining for Mohammad Reza Safdarian. See his route finishing. Actually, it finished on the head wall above him. Just struggling to reach back onto that green hold there. Oh, swinging between it. Oh, he just keeps missing it. Not quite got the precision that he wants. You can see where the route goes up onto that head wall above him. Oh, and just short again. There it is, he hits it! And he can actually get the head of the axe in, kind of in an inverse Stein. Time's out, but it's a great effort from Mohammad Reza Safdarian. Will qualify in provisional first place. Still another 8 athletes to follow him, so that could change, but it's the highest we've seen any of the men get so far. Remember, the next 8 athletes were all tied for first place yesterday. It'll be interesting to see what happens next. Yeah, he's really just struggling there. And then when he finally did hit it, his time was up. We can go to Olga Kozek on the women's route at clip number 7. Olga Kozek just moving up towards clip number 8 on that intellect hold, matching in with the right hand. There it is, there's clip number 8. By making clip number 8, Olga Kozek is guaranteed a place in the finals as well. Amazing work from the Polish athlete. It's been a while since we've seen Olga in the finals. She'll make a welcome return to tomorrow's final. We'll be live at 3 PM local time if you want to tune in. Benny Bertling currently sitting in first place for Finland. 13.2 is her score, made it up to clip 13. Fig 4 over that left hand. Not seen many Fig 4s and Fig 9s in this route. The lack of roofs and hanging barrels means that the climbing is much more basic in style. Doesn't mean easy. The The routes are very technical, but the power is much more basic. Very square on. Chest power, shoulder power. Another fig 4 over the left hand for Olga Kozak. She reaches around the right hand side of the volume by clip number 12. Falls low down on the route from Mun Shin and Hanare Song, leaving a couple of places open for other athletes to get their first chance at finals. I'm looking specifically at the moment at Mira Alhonswo and at Udavtseva, Daria Manina. As it stands up, those songs still another chance of making finals. And there is Olga Kozak just powering out there, going to make clip number 13. She doesn't know yet, but that was a great effort, and she's through to finals. Great climbing there. Olga spent a lot of her time training with the Russian team. Big smiles from the pole. So she sits in second place for the qualifiers. You see there, fig 4 over the right hand to make clip 13. Fumbled the clip, lost her power, she was out of there. Great work! Qualifying for finals. Let's take a quick look at the men's results as they stand, of course. We've still got a lot of athletes to climb. There is Young-Hye Kwon. Current 11th place is Kevin Lindlow of the USA, 10th place Finland's Tapio Alhonswo, 9th place Thomas Gerlein of the USA, 8th place Roman Shestanin of Kazakhstan, 7th place Vladimir Kartashev of Russia, 6th place Anton Yemov of Russia, 5th place David Buffar of Canada, 4th place Kim Min Chol of Korea, 3rd place Sergei Tarasov of Russia, 2nd place Anton Dobenikov of Russia, 1st place right now is Iran's Mohammad Reza Safdarian. Young-Hye Kwon going to do everything he can to put himself in that pole position for qualifier. We'll take a quick look at those women's results. 16th place rather, pulled out in the competition, Ekaterina Feoktistova. 14th place, Angela Limbach of Russia, tied 5 ways. Angela Limbach, Anastasia Shershenova, Ki Luo, Mun Shin and Hanare Song all fall in a very tricky move low down on the route. 10th place is Kendra Stritch of the USA. 9th place Amity Wam of the USA. 8th place Elena Kochigarova of Russia. 7th place Haruko Takeuchi of Japan. Otto Song in 6th place of Korea. Anna Udavtseva of Russia in 5th place. Mira Alhonswo of Finland in 4th place. Daria Manina of Russia in 3rd place. Olga Kozak following in 2nd place, and Annie Bertling of Finland in 1st place. Young-Hye Kwon starting the next tricky sequence, moving up from hold 5, from clip 5 rather, to that little pyramid hold. Emma McSwiggan in the top left hand of your screen. I think they're going to swap, and it'll be Emma that we see in the main screen, Young-Hye Kwon in the top box. Young-Hye Kwon, nice and easy from hold 6 to hold 7. So clip 6 to clip 7. Someone needs to bring me a coffee. Makes clip number 7, and here's Emma McSwiggan. Made finals last week in Cheongsong. Had a real heartbreaking performance where she fell very low down on the route after climbing so well in qualifiers and semis. Hopefully she'll be able to be nice and relaxed today and climb her way into finals. tentative on that first move. Come on, Ema. Looking a little nervous, but manages to place that backhand hook, that kind of horizontal stalactite feature. Okay, this hold is a very tricky hold. 5 athletes have popped off it. Kendra Strich was telling us there's not really any, a little foot pop there from Ema. It's not really a good indicator as to where the hold is best. We wait with bated breath to see if Ema McSwiggan can make this next move. And all exhale there as Ema McSwiggan sticks that next move. Young-Kye Kwon in the top left-hand corner of your screen into that steeper section. Moving really, really well. Callum Bood asks 7 a.m. for finals tomorrow. I believe that's correct, Callum. 7 a.m. British time will be the finals broadcast here in Beijing. 3 p.m. local time. I'll let you guys work it out. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's 7 a.m. in Britain. Young-Kye Kwon moving really well into that overhanging section. Moving through the steepest part of the route. Ema McSwiggan tentative by clip number 2. Young-Kye Kwon generates the momentum, reaches out behind him, doesn't hit it first time, or second time, or third time. Ema McSwiggan tiptoeing away up this wall. Definitely erring on the side of caution. Look at that, Young-Kye Kwon sticks the move. Clip 14 made. Goes into first place now as he makes these next few sequences. Setters will be watching nervously. Oh, and he's off. Great work from the route setters. With no top, I think we can expect to see at least one top today. Ema McSwiggan places that right-hand tool on a hold that's caused a few athletes problems. Makes clip number 4. Ema needs to be moving a little bit higher up the route. Couple more clips to guarantee herself a place in finals. She can take her time, of course. She doesn't know that because the big athletes have been in isolation all morning. Big reach there with that right hand. Another intellect hold. To make clip number 5, Ema McSwiggan starting to find a little bit of pace and momentum now. Just missing the move first go. Oh, she's popped! Oh no, Ema McSwiggan falls off with clip number 6 made. Oh. She might be into finals. She knows that's a low fall. She looks heartbroken. But it is possible that she's through to finals. We need to wait and see what score comes in. She will be ahead of Elena Kochegarova, so it will come down to Maria Tolokanina. Let's see. wait for those results to come in. Ema thinks that she isn't in finals, but she might be in. Rob Adey of the UIAA there. Ema McSwiggan currently sitting in 7th place, which means she is in finals, and you see that reaction there. She can't believe it. Raw emotion. She was sure she was out. Such a technical route, such a tricky route. And that heartbreak makes her look much happier. Big smiles. Naksu Kim, one of the judges there, congratulates Ema. So Ema McSwiggan guaranteed a place in finals, sitting in 7th place there. Maria Tolokanina will decide whether she goes through in 7th or in 8th. Next athlete in the men's competition, France's Nathan Claire. Claire opting for that undercut move. Great shoulder stability and reaches across himself onto that green edge that's caused a lot of athletes a lot of problems. Both routes with very difficult moves low down. And there, top left-hand corner of the screen is pretty much the queen of the ice climbing world tour. Maria Tolokanina of Russia. Very rare that we see Maria Tolokanina make a mistake, but with the way this route's been going so far today, I'm hoping that we're going to keep that box up and we'll be able to see both climbers for those first few moves. So Tolokanina reaches up with that right hand and moves up those first tenuous moves. Nathan Claire into clip number 4. Oh, nice there, really smoothly pops across onto that blue hold, uses his hands. Nice speed now, Nathan Claire shifting up a gear. Tolokanina in that worrying position. Keeping her centre of gravity very close to the wall. Looks down at that left tool as she reaches up with the right hand nervously. Oh my gosh, she hasn't quite left it yet. Oh, look at that, Nathan Claire using his hand again on that Krukonogi bar. Really nice climbing from Nathan Claire of France. Very nice indeed. Great intuition to take that hold with the left hand instead of the tool. Tricky move. Now wraps the golf ball. Tolokanina off the danger zone now. Great work from Tolokanina getting out of that danger zone. No doubt she'll go on to make some solid moves up through this next sequence. Nathan Claire looking really strong. Makes clip number 8. As I said, 8-way tie for first place. Nathan was one of those 8. Topped both of his qualifying routes yesterday. Great form, great shape. Strong Stein there as he makes that next clip. The big lock. Uses the high feet to hook the hold just by clip number 10. Alain Nathan. Oh, look at that precision. Really, really nice there. Into that metal hook. Makes clip number 11. Always interesting to see what holds appear every year. And there's Tolakanina in the lower left-hand side. Nathan Clare really, really opening up now. DTS, no fig fours required. Clips it hanging off one arm. There's clip number 13 made as well. Alain Nathan. Big reach with the right hand. Again, opting to not use the fig four, switches up instead. And there's clip number 14. The top here would guarantee him a place in the finals. And at this point, he has to beat Yunkie Kwon to be in with a place of making finals. Look at that, DTS all the way. This guy does not want to use fig fours. Kicks in hard as he rotates on that blue hold. Really, really nice climb in there from Nathan Clare of France. Does use the fig four over the right hand. Behind himself, just below clip 15. Oh, feet coming off, but using that extra strong body tension to kick back into the wall. Clips number 15. Moving so well now, Nathan Clare. One more clip to go. Still quite a bit of climbing to be done. Is in first place now. Will he top? 1 minute remaining for Nathan Clare. Just needs to keep it together. Right hand. Stands up with the left foot. Clips the top. Matches it. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. First top of the competition for France's Nathan Clare. And you can see how much it means to the Frenchman. He's put the hours into training. He's put the hours into the experience. And there it is. Guaranteed finals for France's Nathan Clare. Amazing work. Allez le bleu. Big smiles from Nathan Clare of France. And joining me in just a moment here in the studio will be Olga Kozak. Let's just go to Tolakanina, who, no surprises, is moving steadily away through to the steep section of this route. Made clip number 12. Annie Bertling still sitting in first place. So strong there, moving onto that left hand. Look at that, cuts loose with a little pop on the right hand, but great stability in that figure four, keeping the weight down through the tool. There's clip number 13, which of course is the point where we saw Olga Kozak just gas out. Great work from her. And now Maria Tolakanina goes into first place as she approaches the top. No surprises there for her. So Maria Tolakanina approaching the top now. Reaches down to grab a big loop of slack. Behind her into clip 16. And there it is, the first top and the only top of the women's competition. Amazing work and no surprises for Russia's Maria Tolokonina. Joining me now live is Poland's Olga Kozak. Olga, how are you feeling?
I'm very happy with my start because I made to the final, so it's the first time which every Polish in the whole history made to the final. So yeah, I'm very happy with this, and the route was amazing, so it's really nice to climb it.
So this is your first finals that you've made?
Yeah.
I was looking at my stats, maybe I was looking at the wrong line, but for some reason...
No, once I missed, I finished 9th in Sofia
maybe that's
2 years ago.
Congratulations on making the finals.
Yeah, so I'm now still on 3rd place, so I hope it will be the same tomorrow.
Maybe even better, who knows?
Maybe even better, yeah, who knows.
What are you going to do to prepare between now and tomorrow's final?
I still got the speed for today afternoon, and then I will just go and rest and forget about everything from today, from yesterday, just prepare to another route.
You've been, very active in your training. You travel to Russia. You train with the Russians a lot. You've put a lot of effort in over the years. Certainly, as long as I've known you, you've always been pushing, wanting to get those increments and improving your performance. How much does it mean to you to be able to say that you're going to be a finalist tomorrow?
It's one big step for my career because for all the time it's just like I think I climbed. My skills were the same as the middle competitors, like Mira. It's just like I have enough thing that I could get to the final. It's just like, but there are a lot of people who are better than me and who climb better and longer and everything, and I just every time miss the final, like 10th place, 9th place, something like this.
So finally, it's your turn, and it's not even it comes down to luck today. We did see some strong competitors falling low on the route, but even then, if they'd have qualified, you still would have been well amongst it, qualifying in 3rd place. No accidents there. That was an awesome performance. There was support on the live stream, people saying, "Go Olga, crush it Olga." lots of support. Any messages for the fans back home?
Yeah, from my boyfriend that he saw me from the 7th clip because before this they just watched the men's route, they just played the men's route, and he wrote me that he's impressed about my skills and I climbed very good and he's very happy for me.
And is there anything you'd like to say to the guys at home?
I think at my home everyone is sleeping now because it's like 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning on the Saturday, so I think after 1 week of work they all just resting now, but if someone is watching here, it's just very nice. I'm very happy for your support from all over, from Poland, from Russia, and from all over the world. So thank you very much.
Well, congratulations again. We're really excited to see you, hopefully in lead and speed finals tomorrow.
Yeah, I hope so.
Get rested, get recovered, and good luck. Thanks, Olga.
Thank you, Liam.
So that was, of course, Olga Kozak making the first ever final for a Polish athlete, her first finals in the UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup. It's been one of surprises in that women's competition, and it is over in the women's now. We stick with the men for 5 more athletes. On your screen, Dmitry Grebenikov of Russia. He'll be followed by Lee Chang-hyun, Alexei Dengin, Young-gun Lee, Hyung Park, and Nikolai Kuzovlev. Let's see what the Siberian... Uh-oh. That's absolute heartbreak. He's out. You drop your tool, you're out, and he knows that. Just slipped off his shoulder, which is hard to believe, because those shoulders are massive. What a nightmare for Dmitry Grebenikov. You saw him pulling the B layer in. Such a strong climber, such a big lad. Nightmare. This competition has been one of unexpected twists and turns at every corner. We won't see Hanare Song or Won Cheon-shin in the finals. We won't see Dmitry Grebenikov in the finals. Never quite sure what's going to happen. One lady that we will see in the finals might join me in a second if I can convince her to come and sit down with me. So we go through to another athlete now, straight on to Lee Chang-hyun, and he probably wasn't quite ready. the climbers. There's the two route setters on the left, Stanislav Lobsov, and in the centre, Vasily Terekin. Maria Tolokanina chatting to them about the route and what was expected. Great work from her getting the top. Joining me now is Ireland's Emma McSwiggan. Emma, welcome.
Thank you, Liam.
How are you feeling?
I'm pretty relieved. That was a really difficult climb for me. I think I was really nervous.
You looked so nervous.
And yeah, compared to qualification, the holes just seemed so much further away and everything felt really slippy and just kind of scared to commit. And yeah, it was hard. I amazed with the girls who made it to the top or nearly the top.
Yeah.
Did an awesome job.
It was, we had a great camera position that followed you off the wall to Rob on the wooden part of the structure, and you looked heartbroken, very upset, very disappointed, sure you weren't in finals, and then you could lip read Rob saying, "Oh no, you're in," and your expression changed quite dramatically.
Well, I guess after last weekend, I was just, it was hard to come back here this weekend and to try again because you just have the negative memories of the last competition, and I really wanted to make finals to get another go, and I really felt it wasn't enough. It was my lucky day, definitely today.
Yeah.
So, it's good to hear. Finals, I have to try climb better.
Yeah.
That's it. I have to try and think what I did today that was wrong and try and rectify that before tomorrow.
Yeah, will you come at it all guns blazing, or where's the happy medium? You've gone too nervous and fallen, you've gone too gung-ho and fallen.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I think I'll have to take it easy for the first little bit and try and just compose myself a bit better and just enjoy being in the final and getting the chance to be there and climb. And I guess that's all I can do.
There's one thing I know, and that's that there was a hell of a lot of support for you on the live stream, as ever. Lots and lots of people go, Emma, come on, Emma, rooting for you. Is there anything you'd like to say to those folks?
I would like to say thanks so much to everyone who's been following the Ice Climbing World Cup, and especially people at home in Ireland. I know some people were getting up really early this morning to watch the competition. And
Geraldine, she was tuned in.
Oh, Geraldine, yes.
Of course.
And my new sister-in-law. And also to everybody in Korea and everybody in Anyang. I'll try my best tomorrow.
Well, that's all we ask. A quick word on the athletes that didn't make finals today. I'm specifically talking about the Koreans. Nare Song and Muncheon Shin both fell very low on the route. Heartbreaking 5-way tie for that bottom place just due to that tricky hold. What have you managed to speak to them at all? What's going on with those guys?
Well, they're very professional about it. They said they fell. They're out of the competition. Just move on to the next one. They were really surprised. They were scared on the hold, and they both said they tried to match on it to their two hands, and they just slipped up. The holds they feel quite slippery, and it happens. There's a lot of pressure in those girls because they always have to perform,
sure.
And once they get through to the final, you see them climbing a lot faster. But no, they'll move on from it and look on to the next competition.
Yeah, let's hope so. And another Korean athlete on the screen there, Lee Chang-hyun. What do you know of this guy?
Lee Chang-hyun, he's one of the best climbers in Korea. He always makes the final. He's always in the top 3 in the Korean competitions. He trains really hard. I know the guys who train with him in his gym say that he does front levers for warm-ups. So he's been competing for a long time as well. So he's a lot of experience.
Well, let's see how he fares with this route. Emma, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you recover and get some food in you, get some sleep. Well done again. Congratulations. We're looking forward to seeing a stellar performance from you tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Liam.
Thanks, Emma. Take care. That was, of course, Emma McSwiggan, who, by the very skin of her teeth, made it through 2 finals in 8th position. Score 6.131, ahead of Haruko Takeuchi with a score of 6.130. Awesome work from the Irish athlete. We are still going with the men's competition. We had a slight delay in getting those guys started. Lee Chang-hyun currently moving up towards clip number 8, and following him we'll have 4 more athletes. Dengin of Russia. Oh no, he's off! Low fall, Ema, I hate to say, but you might have jinxed him. She's left me now. Oh, this route, the setters definitely turned it up a notch for this semi-finals. Absolute nightmare for the Korean athlete. He's out, I think. Let me just check before I say that again. I'm pretty sure he's not doing enough there. That was a very low fall. As it stands, with 4 more athletes to go, 8th place is Anton Yemov, 7th place Davi Buffard, 6th place Kim Min Chol, 5th place Sergei Tarasov, you absolute savage. Still in with a chance of a finals position there. Anton Gorobenikov in 4th, Reza Safdarian in 3rd, guaranteed finalist. 2nd place Young Chae Kwon, guaranteed finalist. 1st place, with his only top of the competition so far, is Nathan Claire of France. Absolutely wonderful performance from him. True DTS style, cut loose all the way through. So good to watch. Danging out next. Where is he? His athlete's falling low. We're not quite ready. So here he is, Alexei Dengin. He's been on this tour from the very start. We were chatting the other day. He's been climbing. He's 36 now, and he's been competing in this World Cup tour since he was 16. 20 years of experience in the World Cups. It took him those 20 years to win his first gold medal last season in was it the season before? Durango, Colorado, anyway, was where he won his first gold. I lose track of time. As I mentioned, I've only had one coffee. I'll have to bear with. Dengin prepares now. 2 tools on the start hold. Steps off the floor and here he goes. Often favours the dynamic style of Alexei Dengin. Let's see how he does this move. Oh, he's popped! He's off! Oh my god, another heartbreaker. Oh, words escape me. Can't believe it. Alexei Dengin off the first move. Just relaxed a little too much, didn't quite have the pick in the place that he needed it. Just watch that hand, he switched grip, twisted the barrel round, and all that twisting, the barrel shifted to the left, his pick shifted to the right. It popped and he was out of there. What a nightmare. Gutted for Alexei Dengin. This really has been a semi-finals full of surprises. Route setters, no mercy at all. I mean, you just have to look at the names. Bottom 3 names: Dengin, Grebenikov, Lindlaw. 3 finalists from last week in Korea. Crazy stuff. So 3 names left on the list for men. Young Lee, Hyung Park and Nikolai Kuzovlev. Sergei Tarasov makes it to the finals. I can tell you one thing, my spreadsheet doesn't go back far enough, I don't think. Let me just have a quick look. When was the last time the Albatross made finals? My spreadsheet goes back to... It says he made finals in Beijing in 2017. And it says he got a bronze medal in Bozeman 2016. Okay. Bozeman 16 and Bozeman 15, Tarasov placed 3rd. Made a couple of finals that year. Okay, so the last time we saw Tarasov in finals was actually 2 years ago. I thought it was longer. But he's through to finals again. And here is Young Gun Lee. Anton Grebennikov, the younger brother of Dmitry Grebennikov, makes his first finals. Reza Safdarian, through to finals. Yinki Kwan, through to finals. Maton Claire, the only athlete to top so far, through to finals. We were worried after the 8-way tie yesterday that we might have a similar situation in the men's competition in the semi-finals. That worry has gone firmly. No ties here. Left to climb, Young Gun Lee, Hyung Park, Nikolai Kuzovlev. Will we see more surprises? Or will all 3 of those guys make it through to finals? Only one way to find out. That's to stay tuned. So Young Gun Lee in the danger zone, I'm going to call it now. There's been a few danger zones on this route. Will he opt for the undercut or will he go all the way up to that green side pull crimp side manoeuvre? He's going all the way. Hits it first time. Nice work from the young Korean. Very strong lad. Got a bronze medal last weekend. Seen a few athletes pop here. Oof. Tenuous movements. You can tell he's not 100% comfortable with that placement. Oh, Young Gun, don't do this to us. Oh, he sticks it just, and he'll breathe a sigh of relief as he moves now into the steadier section. Still not even past clip number 1 yet. Two more athletes will follow Young Gun Lee. Beautiful shot there, showing that spectacular ice fall in the distance there. Seth Edwards, give that man a medal. Young Gun Lee easily across to that blue hold. you are just waking up and just joining us, a very warm welcome to chilly China, just outside of Beijing. In this frozen and frigid Iceland. How's that? Clip number 6 made for Young Gun Lee. Almost finished with the men's semi-finals. If you're just waking up and tuning in, it's great to have you on board regardless. You can watch the full replay live on YouTube and Facebook. We, of course, encourage you to subscribe to the channels. Hit that like button. You'll be notified every time we go live. The next time we go live will be tomorrow morning with the speed finals. We'll be live at 10:30 a.m. with the speed finals, probably just before actually. Be able to tune in for all of that action, and the lead finals, men and women, begin at 3 p.m. local time. So do make sure you're subscribed. You'll be notified when we're live tomorrow. 3 p.m. local time for lead, 10:30 or just before. What speed? The paint made, and if he can make this next move. Oh, he's off! Another fall, another surprise. And we're gonna have to wait for the scores to come in, but I don't think that'll be enough. I'm pretty sure that Devon Buffard and Kim Min Shon made the next move. They're currently sat ahead of him. Let's wait to see what those results do as they refresh. Young Gun Lee, last week's bronze medalist. Left hand just popped out of that green hold. He was out of there. Definitely looks disappointed with his performance. Oh, and look at that, he's just in on countbacks. In 6th place as it stands. And we'll wait for those scores to refresh again. Hyung Park, Nikolai Kuzovlev still to climb. Assuming those results don't change, he will go through to finals. Another skin of the teeth performance. See the athletes there checking the results. Sergei Tanisov definitely through to the final, sitting in 5th place. I've said it many times this morning, but this semi-finals has been one packed full of surprise. If you'd have asked me to predict those semi-finalists, it would have been very wrong for this. So penultimate athlete in this men's semi-final. It's going to be Hyung Park. Noah Bake on the live stream saying, what is happening? Noah, I echo those sentiments. I'm not really sure, mate. What I do know is these setters have really delivered in terms of an exciting semi-final, really not knowing what's going to happen. Route to route, climber to climber. The unpredictable has happened. I think I'm fair in saying that this is the most exciting semi-final I've watched for a long time. Hats off to Stanislav Lobsov and Vasily Terekin. Okay, here goes Hyung Park. Straight up onto the box that Dengin popped off. Seen a lot of athletes falling there. Gets the swing going. Comfortably hits the right hand. Calm as you like. Cool as a cucumber. If I had $1 for every comment that says, oh my gosh, or can't believe what's happened, or oh my gosh, I'd be a very rich man right now. A lot of people shocked with this semi-final today. It is heartbreaking to see some of the athletes bailing so low on these routes, but at the same time, it's really interesting. You know, it gives other athletes a chance in the finals. The athletes that have fallen low will have to regroup and come back next week. Be interesting to see if their psychology or their approach changes. So clip number 4 made. Park Hyung. Easily across to that blue hold, takes it with his hand, just like we saw Maton Claire do. Really nice deep lock with the left hand into that green hold, and he's got the head of the axe squashed in there. Up to the hold by clip 6. Uses the handle of his axe there, uses the friction on the tape to wrap that Krukanogi metal bar. High grip in the backhand, clip number 7 onto the golf ball. Big reach with that right hand. Interestingly, he's read that, skipping the red hold straight up there. Very efficient climbing. So accurate with that pick placement. Excellent shoulder stability to make that move. That was, of course, where we saw Young-gun Lee fall. He goes ahead of Young-gun now, ahead of Kim Min-chol. Devin Buffard bumped down. Pretty much flawless performance from the Korean. Wraps that Chinese hold by clip number 10. It's the clip made. Big 4 up into that Krukanogi hook. He's into finals now. He doesn't know, of course, but he's done enough to be into finals. Makes clip number 11. Deep lock, such strong shoulders. Great core strength. Staying in control as he makes that move. Clip 13 made. Hits the hook. Into the figure 4. Really nice. Very efficient climbing style. See whether he goes for green or blue here. Goes straight to clip 14. So a couple of athletes struggling to get to the green hold at the back of that volume. And a couple of athletes going directly to the blue and being successful. Park's gone for green first, but hits it first time. Really, really nice. Climbing ever so smoothly. Just over 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining. Nathan Clare way ahead of him at this point when he was climbing. Skipping out those fig fours saved him a lot of time. Powerful kicks as he steps that weight back into the underside of that hold below clip number 15. Doing really well to keep that pick very still. Goes up first to make the clip, really smart move. Getting out of that tenuous position, makes clip 15. Just less than a minute remaining. Has he got enough time to top? You would say so, but let's see. Reaches up over himself with that right hand. Releases the fig four. Takes the middle grip. Oh, and look at that. He's gone for the underside. Nathan Clare skipped this move. 30 seconds remaining. It's probably going to be enough time, but Nathan Clare will stay ahead. So that's 16 and top for Park Hyung of Korea. Definitely in finals. Very calm, very collected. He expected to make the top. One more athlete, folks. It's Russia's Nikolai Kuzovlev. If you are tuning in Europe and just waking up, I can give you the women's results. The female competition already finished a few moments ago. 8th place qualifier of Ireland by the skin of her teeth, Ina McSwiggan. 7th place qualifier, Korea's Song Ok-do. 6th place qualifier is Russia's Anna Udartseva. 6th place qualifier is her first ever final, Finland's Mira Alonso. Daria Menina of Poland Daria Menina of Russia qualifies in 4th place. Olga Kozak of Poland in her first finals qualifies in 3rd. Enni Bertling qualifies in 2nd for Finland. No surprises, it's Maria Tolokanina who qualifies for Russia in 1st place. One more man to climb in the men's semi-finals. Nikolai Kuzovlev will be out in a second. Let me quickly tell you the finals as they stand. 8th place, Kim Min-cho of Korea. It's actually a 3-way tie for that position. Depending on what happens with Kuzovlev, will decide what happens with that position there. 7th place is Young-gun Lee of Korea. 6th place, Sergei Tarazov of Russia. 5th place, Anton Gurbenikov of Russia. Reza Safdarian of Iran in 4th. Young Kye Kwon, Korea in 3rd. Park Hyung in 2nd in 6:37. Nathan Clare a few seconds ahead of him. Of France qualifies in 1st place. Kuzovlev, the man of the moment. Unbelievably strong last week in Cheongsong. Incredibly strong in Moscow for the combined format World Championships before the new year. He's on form. He's the one to watch. See what he does with this semi-finals. Let me tell you this, folks. Nothing is guaranteed, as we've seen. The bottom 3 places in semi-finals, Alexei Dengin, Kevin Lindlot and Dmitry Gurbenikov, 3 finalists last weekend in Cheongsong. Anything can happen. Absolutely anything can happen. Wasting no time, Kuzovlev gets straight onto that hanging box. Big swing, hits it first time, calm and collected. Very nice work from Kuzovlev. very aggressive climber, moves incredibly quickly. Superb focus, just moves between those holds. Look at that precision. Hits that intellect hold first time, moves straight up on it. Takes a quick glance as he makes the clip for number 3 and then keeps on pushing. Static, takes that shoulder on the blue hold. Seen a few climbers use the hand on this one. Not necessary for Kozlovlev, who locks down that tool, torquing the head of the tool on the underside of that volume. Every move in his stride so far, Nikolai Kozlovlev has looked super comfortable on this early part of the route. Inverts the tool, uses the handle on that Krukonogi peg. Skipping that hold as Hyung Park did. Really nice move. Just next to clip number 8. Interestingly, he's coming down with the right hand to readjust his position. Big reach with the right hand into that Stein. Good, powerful Stein there. It's not going anywhere. Very precise up to that hold by clip number 10. There it is. He's guaranteed a place in the finals now. We'll have to wait and see what they do with the three-way tie. 7th, 8th and 9th all tied at 8.2. Whether they'll take 10 athletes through to the final or whether they will take 6. Big cut loose. Really good power as he makes clip number 12 and 13 in quick succession. Kozlovlev moving really nicely. As I said right at the beginning. So Kozlovlev there approaching those final moves. You see that head wall towering above the structure. Big reach behind him. Very tenuous position. Keeps those feet nice and tight. Does not want to be cutting loose here. Purely on using tension. Moves off that hold into security of the blue one above and makes clip number 15. 1 minute 35 on the clock. Absolutely flying. So casual, just taking his time, shaking out. Big reach up with the right hand. Into the underside for that undercut and reaches easily up to the top there. Just needs to make the clip and match. Clip 16. And top for Nikolai Kozlovlev with 48 seconds on the clock. That should put him into first place. place. We'll have those results for you in just a second and the qualifying position. Nikolai Kuzovlev, third top of the semi-finals. Great effort from him. Let me quickly run you through the women's results while we wait for the men's to be confirmed. Lima McSwiggan qualifies in 8th place for Ireland. 7th place for Korea is Song Ok-do. 6th place for Russia is Anna Udantseva. 5th place for Finland, her first ever finals, is Mira Alhonswo. 4th place for Russia, Daria Minina. 3rd place, Olga Kozek for Poland, another first finalist. Annie Bertling for Finland makes a return to finals, and Maria Tolokanina of Russia qualifying in 1st. Great work from her. And there's that bottom half of the table. Haruko Takeuchi in 9th, Elena Kochegarova in 10th, Emma T1 in 11th, Kendra Stritch in 12th, Hannah Song and Won Seon Shin 13th and 14th respectively. Very surprising falls, low down for them. Qi Luo from China 15th, Anastasia Sherashanova of Russia in 16th, Angela Limbach in 17th, Katerina Feoktistova pulled out of the competition in 18th position. We'll have the men's results in just a second, just waiting for those final confirmations to come through from the judges. If you have tuned in this morning, thank you so much for joining us. Those are the results on the screen that you see, and they're not confirmed yet. I think we have a tie for 9th and 8th. Possibly not. Anyway, we'll go from 8th. Yoongun Lee in 8th, just by the skin of his teeth. Sergei Tarasov in 7th. Anton Gurbenikov in 6th. Teresa Safdarian in 5th. Yoon-Kye Kwon in 4th. Park Hyung in 3rd. Naton Claire in 2nd. And Kuzovlev absolutely flew to the top there for Russia in 1st. Bottom half of the table, Kim Min-chol, David Blufar, Anton Yemov, Lee Chang-hyun, Vladimir Kartashev, Roman Shestanin, Thomas Gerlein, Tapio Alhonso in the bottom 3. Absolute shockers. 3 finalists from the past, 3 excellent athletes, Dmitry Gurbenikov, Kevin Lindlaw and Alexei Dangin, all at the bottom with those low, surprising falls. If you have been watching today, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your comments, your questions, thank you for your shout outs. You can tune in tomorrow to the speed finals. They'll be live at 10:30. It's going to be a great competition, I'll tell you that. We'll probably be live just before that, 10:30 local time for speed finals, men and women, and then the lead finals will be live 3 o'clock. You can tune in local time. Desperately keen to get you guys to watch that. It's going to be an unbelievable final, if that semi-final was anything to go by. Don't forget, you can keep tuning in to all of the replays on YouTube and Facebook. You can keep going with the conversation using the hashtag UIAA Ice Climbing. My name's Liam Lonsdale. You can contact me directly on @Liam Lonsdale. Until tomorrow, 10 a.m, or rather 10:30 a.m. local time. It's been a good one. Good afternoon.